quilting friend, it is your quilting friend Emily from Quilting Your Legacy, and today I am serving up something absolutely delicious. Today we are talking about turtle soup. Nope, this is not like the turtle soup that you could potentially eat, yeeks, but turtle soup quilt is a pattern designed from Villa Rosa, and this is a $2 digital downloaded pattern. And the best news is when you have that border fabric in your fabric stash that you're not quite sure what to do with it, here is your quilt, because you are going to be using a gorgeous border fabric. Then you're going to be making flying geese zipping all around. So this quilt is going to be using a large scale fabric, and it should go together in literally a day, which, let's be honest, sometimes we need those quick win quilts just to be able to make something for ourselves or gift it to one of our favorite people. So let's dive right in. In this video, we're not only going to talk about what the finished size of the quilt is, but also how to pull out that fabric that you have in your mind from your fabric stash or from your favorite quilt shop. And we're going to have some fun playing with the different colorways, in addition to some really great tips on how to bind it and how to complete the quilt. Turtle soup is going to be measuring at 49 inches by 61 inches. This is going to make it a really great and generous size for a couch quilt, or maybe a really great charity quilt as well. The layout of this quilt is simple but yet striking, because you are going to be using a nice large draped fabric, or in your fabric stash, if you don't want to use a border stripe, not a big deal. Go ahead and use any large scale fabric that would be featured brilliantly in this quilt, because not only do you have that large scale border fabric that's going to be the center stage of this quilt, but you're also going to be adding a few contrasting fabrics, which is those triangles, aka the flying geese zipping all around the quilt. And for that, you could use an ombre fabric, you could use some solid, or even some fun coordinating fabrics that really highlight that border fabric, would make this quilt absolutely shine. This quilt is also extremely beginner friendly, and it just gives that really nice, fun, big wow factor. So here are some color combinations for you to think about. We could go with a seasonal border stripe, think snowman, think fall leaves, think spring florals, or you could go with a novelty themed print, think turtles, think trucks, think gnomes, maybe even like a coastal beach theme. Another idea would be to go with large print floral, think tulip pink floral, think bold roses, poppies, tropical fabric, maybe even that panel in your fabric stash that you're not quite sure what to do with. Again, using large scale fabrics, this quilt is designed for that, and you're literally just going to be cutting out vertical strips to make this quilt. The main fabric is showcased in wide strips, so this is where you don't want to lose out on any beautiful fabric. Just make sure that when you're cutting out that you're not going to lose any of the beauty of the large strip in the scale, because this is going to just be cut out so large. You might want to consider fussy cutting it just a little bit. So to make this quilt, you are going to need 1.25 yards of the main fabric piece, or 1 yard of a border fabric. You're also going to need 1 yard of the sashing, just like a soft floral color. A soft ombre would be really beautiful, and that is going to be the sashing that's going to go right next to your border fabric. Then you are going to need 3/8 of a yard cut for the contrasting fabric, 3/8 of a yard cut for your background color fabric, and then 1/2 of a yard for your binding. The layout of this quilt is really flexible. Not only can you use up fabrics from your fabric stash, but you could also take those fabrics to your local quilt shop and then to be able to pull some quick and easy fabric from your main fabric. So how I would finish it. So again, once you have your 3 different layers, your backing fabric, your batting, your quilt top, then to finish it, you could use that wavy stitch on the sewing machine. Because the quilt is going in this direction, how fun to use your walking foot. You, like I said, use that wavy stitch, because you could just make vertical lines just going bada bing, bada boom. You could also do a diagonal grid, so going this way with your walking foot. That would be really fun as well. You could even outline using your free motion quilting with that large scale fabric print. Maybe this would be a great time to practice your free motion quilting and going around the fabric piece of that main fabric. That could be really fun as well. And then when it comes to the triangles, maybe you're just going right in the center of those or on the outside. So for binding ideas, you could either go with a nice dark color fabric so that your eyes get shifted right into the front. You could even go with a bold stripe color fabric if it's more of a playful and silly type type kind of quilt. But if I was in your shoes, I would probably go with a nice dark or solid dark fabric so that your eyes go right into the center, knowing that you're going to be using a nice large fabric print. So this isn't a quilt that's using like teeny tiny pieces. That dark color binding could really help get your eyes focused right on the quilt. So the Turtle Soup quilt, $2, digitally downloaded. Turtle Soup quilt, $2. It is right in the show notes. Go ahead and get that pattern downloaded. Choose that border color fabric that you're just not quite sure what to do with it, or any large scale floral fun prints that you have in your fabric stack. Get a yard and a quarter of it. Again, this quilt is going to go together quick and easy, and it'll be so much fun to be able to make it in an afternoon. Grab your digital pattern right in the show notes and let me know in the comments what border fabric are you going to use, because I am so excited that fabric companies make so many different fabrics, and sometimes with those border fabrics, honestly, I have no clue what to do with them. Sometimes I will make a table topper out of them, but other times they just sit in my fabric stash. So here is your quilt to use up that border fabric. And again, I am Emily from Quilting Your Legacy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I cannot wait to inspire you again with another quilt to kind of spark that interest as to what you could be making using your fabric stash. Happy quilting your legacy, and I cannot wait to sew with you soon. And if you're looking for that little extra let's sew together moment, I am inviting you to join the Quilting Your Legacy Table Topper Club, where we meet every single Sunday on the first Sunday of the month, and we make a different table topper together. Quick, fun, 2 hours, you've got yourself a table topper to use for yourself or to gift to one of your favorite people. Cannot wait to sew with you soon.